Hey loves, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do this weekend and I just didn't feel inspired to do anything else. I have been getting questions about why I haven't done DIYs, and a lot of you guys know me for my DIY videos. The reason why I haven't been doing lots of DIYs this year is because my whole view on life have shifted tremendously, and I don't want to say that I'm in a transitional phase because I feel like I am always in a transitional phase and life is always changing for me, but this year is when big changes have happened. If you watch my life update video, you probably know, but also I've been leaning toward living a more minimalist life and practicing minimalism. I'm very much inspired by all the videos that I've been seeing on YouTube, articles on Pinterest, and you know, minimalism isn't just about having one chair or a bed and a mattress. It depends on your level of comfort. You know, you can make it as comfortable as you want, but it is about just keeping the things that serves you and that gives you that clarity that you want. So for me, I really want clarity, and I also want to have more time so that way I could create more memorable moments. Like, I'm very fortunate that I get to live the life that I have now. You know, I have a nice walk-in closet with lots of beautiful clothing, good selections of shoes, designer handbags, all that kind of stuff. And my family and I, we came from a small village in Vietnam. We had a little straw hut that we lived in. And when we came to the US, my parents worked really hard so that way, you know, they can make ends meet. And we were very fortunate to get donations from other families, the church, and those were basically the things that we were living off of. So clothing, food, furniture. We were very frugal and we lived with what we were given. I was the third child. It was my two older sisters and me that time. And, you know, that's a lot of mouths to feed. And my parents were always constantly working. I remember when I was in grade school, I think it was 4th grade, we were playing a game. And the teacher had us stand on a field and she would just call out random things, and if that's us, we would run across to the other side of the field. So one of the things that she called out was anybody who is wearing pink, run to the other side of the field. And all the girls ran to the other side of the field, and I was the only one standing there with the rest of the boys wearing boys' clothing. I felt so embarrassed, and I felt like I didn't blend in at all. I mean, the fact that I was the only Asian didn't help as well. I was just so embarrassed that time, and I didn't know any better. And so I remember watching like movies with a strong women figure and watching these strong business women that have it all, have amazing clothing, and they look so confident and just beautiful, and I wanted to be them one day, and I strive to be them one day. And I'm so happy that I get to say that I feel like that today. But the best thing about being in this position is realizing the bigger picture, and that is to create more memorable memories and experiences instead of accumulating things that just brings me short-term happiness. So I'm very grateful to experience everything that I wanted to experience, and being able to reset my mind to understanding what it is I really want. It's bringing me more clarity. I'm living in a big house now in a beautiful neighborhood. I have a new car, but it's not something I want to maintain. It's a stressful lifestyle to maintain. You have to constantly work hard to be on top of it all the time. And on top of that, like, I am creating more clutter in my home so that way I can take up more time to clean up, and I'm just working harder to afford this lifestyle, and it can get very stressful. I realized that all these things are not necessary, and I just want more clarity than anything. And so it's time that I get rid of the things that no longer serve me. And I want to take you guys along with me on this process and just share with you like my whole evolution, my change. I hope that you guys are interested too. You know, if you're feeling stressful by always trying to keep up with your lifestyle, know that you don't have to, you know? You don't have to follow the popular Instagrammers that are always out and about wearing fancy clothing and all that kind of stuff. Like, it all comes down to what makes you happy. And this is a life practice. This is a life exercise. This is a lifestyle change. And if you're ready to make that change, you can do it with me. So I hope that you guys will join me on this new adventure. But I also want to share with you 5 tips that really helps me out. So this is kind of a long ass introduction, but you know what? I want it to be personal, and I want you to know where I'm coming from. I didn't want to just be like, hey guys, today we're gonna do, and I'm gonna show you this and that. I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from before I get into this. So I hope you all enjoy this. Let's get started. All right, so my first tip for you is to do a little exercise, and if you have a journal, take that out and write down what it is you really, really want. Some of us, we think we know what we want, but we really don't know the core of it all. And this is a great exercise to start. So write down on your journal, what do you really want or need? And then down the middle, draw a vertical line with 2 words on the side. One is stress and the other one clarity. Now write a list of things that stresses you out. And then on the right side, write down what gives you clarity, what gives you a peace of mind. Lastly, take a look at your list of things that stresses you out and ask yourself if these are things that you can change in order to obtain the things that are on your clarity side. After I wrote down my list, I realized that I was letting it control my life instead of me controlling my own life. And that's when I know it's time for me to do something about it. Change is not easy for a lot of people, and in order for you to adapt to it, you want to feel excited about it and motivated. Therefore, I recommend for you to find inspiration or be surrounded by the right kind of influence. Pinterest is my favorite place to get inspiration. I have a Pinterest account. If you want to follow me, I'll have the link below this video. It's where I pin all my inspiration and where I go back to take a look and remind myself of why I am doing this lifestyle change. If you go on Instagram for inspiration, I would just say be very selective with who you follow. Some Instagram accounts are fun to follow, but after a while, you notice that everyone is just showing the magical and highlights of their lives. When you start to compare and feel bad about yourself, that's when you know that you need a different kind of influence, so that way you can feel aligned with your lifestyle changes and the bigger things in life that you want to strive for. So not only do you need to clean your physical space, but you should also clean your internet space. Once you feel inspired, it's now time to take action. This is something that you should do often, and that is to find things that you can donate and get rid of from your closet. Instead of asking yourself tons of questions, just take out the pieces that no longer make you feel cute and put that in the donation bag. If it doesn't make you feel good inside, then it will definitely show on the outside. So put all of that in the donation bag and know that it will be going to a good home. Leave a donation box around your house so that way you can remember to constantly declutter your home with things that no longer serve you. And then at the end of the day or end of the week, you can take that box and donate it. After decluttering, it's time to freshen up and brighten up your space. Push out that stagnant air in your room and crack a window open on each end of your space. This will create a nice fresh airflow and uplift your spirit. Minimalism isn't just about getting rid of things, it's about creating an environment that you can thrive from. So by doing little menial tasks like adding a house plant, it can liven up and make you feel more excited about your space.
Lastly, enjoy your new space and enjoy your new lifestyle. This is probably something that you don't often get to do with your old lifestyle and with the clutter in your home. Now that you decluttered your space, your mind is free to spend it on the things that really bring value to you. It can be traveling, it can be with somebody special, or it can just be a little me time.